have to speak up. You have to speak up.
Protests like this one in Boston are often the front line for activists.
We are here today.
The headlines about hate crimes spurred one local 18-year-old to start organizing. Ryan Doan Wynn is a rising sophomore at Harvard. He launched the Stop Asian Hate social media movement that's become a global rallying cry.
Originally, I was just planning on creating the Stop Asian Hate Boston rally. It grew to be even larger. We've seen Stop Asian Hate New York City, San Diego, Toronto, Dallas, Pittsburgh, Amsterdam, London, and a million more.
Wynn grew up in Boston and Westboro. His parents and extended family came to the U.S. as refugees from Vietnam.
Everyone worked in my family to get here. They wanted to wait for America, the land of hope, of opportunity, of peace, and of safety.
The violence committed against so many elderly immigrants in particular shook Wynn to his core.
They waited for so long, fought so hard to come to a country that promised them peace, and they can't even have that basic right as a human being.
Wynn says the Stop Asian Hate Coalition is working to create a nonprofit to continue outreach.
How can people help and support this movement?
Change starts at the local level. It starts with having conversations. We can also support AAPI-owned businesses, especially in Chinatown, because those have been hit terribly by the pandemic. Our voice is so strong and so powerful and so impactful, but only when we use it.
Are you proud of what you've been able to accomplish?
I view this more as a moral obligation. If I didn't do this, I couldn't sit still.
Art and activism are often intertwined.
I feel like maybe art has kind of that special power to move people. Just because of how you engage with it, you can kind of take some time with it. Some of these are rally posters. This is a photo of a mural that I painted.
Malden-based Shayna Liu is a teacher, illustrator, muralist, and photographer.
This one I made for Asian American Resource Workshop and kind of honoring people that were murdered by hate violence.
Liu's work, whether lighthearted or serious, often reflects her experience as a Taiwanese American. This 2016 comic depicts a frightening encounter.
I was going to Chinatown and a man was muttering about Chinamen on the T, and then he walked up to me. I was the only Asian person on the train at the time. And then he was just shouting at me, and it was about for 30 minutes. I was trapped in the car with this guy, and everybody was sitting around me and filming it.
Liu teaches art to students from grades K through 8, encouraging them to think hard about what and why they create.
One of the projects that they do is research a social justice topic that really matters to them, and then they kind of make a piece of media art that reflects that and advocates for the change that they want to see. Some of the work can serve as windows and mirrors in the sense that kids can kind of either see themselves or see somebody else kind of reflected in that story.
Youth groups often attract dedicated community organizers.
Do you want to talk a little bit about?
Vanny Hewitt and Sandy Wright are co-directors of Revere Youth in Action, or RIA.
Revere Youth in Action is pretty much a youth center without walls and a space for youth to really amplify their voice.
In Revere, communities of color have seen their share of tough times, says Hewitt.
Back in the 80s, we had a huge Cambodian refugee population. They had faced a lot of anti-Asian violence and racism.
Today, Revere Youth in Action is a cross-racial organization advocating for social justice, including voting rights and affordable housing.
When youth in our community were outraged by the lack of response around Black Lives Matter from our local leaders to our response on a national scale, they gathered, they organized. Our liberation is tied to one another.
RIA member Shema Mansour Hosseini agrees.
It just shows that we have each other's back. As someone who wants to be a physician in the future, it's my job to take care of all human beings, and this is the first step when it comes to it.
I see that the younger generation is working really hard to pull together that say, no, we have the same mission. There are strength in numbers.
Veteran WCVB reporter Janet Wu is one of the best-known political and investigative journalists in the region.
Debate is expected to begin on the floor.
As a pioneer for Asian American journalists, Wu remembers how different it was at the start of her career.
When I first started at the State House in 1975, there were only 2 other women reporters. There were no reporters of color. And it was a very tough time because none of them men, and they were mostly white male politicians, wanted to talk to me.
The irony of being seen as other was not lost on Wu. Her great-grandfather was brought to the U.S. from China in the 1860s to build the Transcontinental Railroad.
From the time I was little, I was well aware of the establishment's perception of Asians, which is basically dismissiveness, disdain, scorn. Back then, I felt like I had to prove myself that I could cover politics just like any other white male reporter.
For years, mass media often ignored covering the AAPI community in meaningful ways, says Wu. She is hopeful things are changing.
I've been a reporter here for almost 5 decades, and the recognition of something that has been going on and accepted for decades isn't news until it is news, until something fits the political climate. It's now finally being recognized.
And you can get involved by following the Stop Asian Hate account and hashtag on Instagram.
You can also head to Facebook and search for Revere Youth in Action.